Hello, everyone. We're about to watch a parole hearing of someone who's accused of molesting at least 4 children. I did not watch this yet. I Googled her name, and this is what popped up. So we'll watch this together for the first time, and I'll include news articles in the description. With that, let's go.
Good morning. The Committee on Parole is reconvening. We're at Louisiana Transition Center. It is Tuesday, February 14, 2023. It's 9:04 a.m. Would the staff at LTCW please introduce yourself for the record?
My name is Phyllis Jones, Program Coordinator. Latanya Chase, Facilitator.
Kay Kaiser, Facilitator.
Is that everybody?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, good. Well, thanks for accommodating us this morning. And we have, this is Ms. McCray.
Yes, ma'am.
To introduce yourself to the parole panel, tell us your name and your DOC number.
Erica Nicole McCray is 727-746.
727-746, yes. Ms. McCray, my name is Cheryl Renance. I'll be serving as chairman today. Let me read some identifying information into the record, and then I'll turn it over to Mr. Kelsey. Your case has been assigned to him this week. So, Ms. McCray, you're classified as a second felony offender. You're currently serving a 7-year sentence for indecent behavior for a juvenile. You were sentenced in September of 2019. You have another cruelty to juvenile for which you received probation that was revoked with this new felony conviction. You have a parole eligibility date September 2nd of this year. You don't earn good time, and your full-time date is June 2nd, 2025. Is that information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Kelsey, please.
Ms. McCray, how old are you?
42.
How many years have you been incarcerated on a 7-year sentence?
4.
You were revoked in 2019?
Yes, sir.
You were revoked for. You don't have to lean down into the, I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
What were you revoked for?
I was on probation for 2 years.
Right, tell me why you were revoked.
Because I got a new charge.
What charge was that?
Indecent behavior to a juvenile.
Have you taken any programs?
Yes, sir. I completed the treatment program for the sex defense class.
Parenting
And parenting also.
and beyond trauma.
And beyond trauma.
And so you completed all 4 phases of the sex offender treatment?
Yes, sir.
I just didn't see it in here. So when did you complete that?
September 2022.
September 2022.
All 4 phases.
All 4.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. So you've been doing some work. What do you currently do in the facility?
I was doing dorm orderly, like for cleaning up the dorm.
When's your last disciplinary write-up?
I don't have one.
Okay, no disciplinary write-ups in the last 4 years. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a GED or high school diploma?
I have a high school diploma.
Where'd you graduate from?
I graduated from Seabird High School.
So tell me how you got here. Why am I here talking to you? What I mean, any significant charges you have? What's going on? Drugs, alcohol? I mean, help me understand.
I would say it was alcohol. It was alcohol.
What
And
happened?
it was alcohol as well.
Right, you told me alcohol. No drugs?
Probably weed.
And so what caused you to do this? I mean, you got cruelty to juvenile, indecent behavior of juveniles. Tell me
Yes.
exactly what happened. I read through it. I know you were taking terrible photos and posting them all around your house.
Just want to point out she got probation for cruelty to a juvenile 2 years. But that's how we protect our children. You give them probation. Lock the drug dealer up, the possession for 10, 20, 30 years. But cruelty to juvenile, 2 years probation.
And
Yes, I have.
child call.
Yes, I have.
Well, tell me. I mean, I'm telling you, you tell me you did it.
I know, that's why I'm here, for the indecent behavior to a juvenile.
Right. Well, tell me what happened. Tell me exactly what you did.
I was nude in my home around my daughter and taking nude photos in our home.
So you were just nude around your daughter, taking nude photos at your home.
Yes, yes, sir.
What you doing with the nude photo?
Well, I have like how you go and get them developed in Walmart, Walgreens, like that. I always would like to keep them like a photo album.
So you just kept them in a photo album so nobody could see them.
Yeah, but
What about was there a son involved with it too? He said your daughter.
my daughter got caught in one of my pictures. She was 2 then.
What about your son?
Yeah, him too.
What did him do? What did he do?
We had him, we didn't know we was gonna get in trouble for that part, but we had him take a picture of us as well. He was 12 then.
Yeah, 12 years old, still a baby. Are you have you taken victim awareness? Have you taken living in balance? Have you taken any of those classes? Thinking for a change?
No, sir, I haven't.
Ward, do you have any input for us? Anybody there? Does anybody have any input for us?
Oh, no, sir.
I'm sorry.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. I don't have.
Ms. Marabella has some questions. Eric?
Ms. McCray, you were on probation for contributing to the delinquency of juvenile. Your children were tested positive for many drugs. You tested positive for many drugs, including cocaine and other things, including marijuana. Now, you said to Mr. Kelsey a minute ago, you did a little weed, but that's all. Now, you tested positive for cocaine. How long were you doing cocaine? Your whole family tested positive. Don't shake your head no to me. You had a hair test, which goes back and determines for 90 days how long you've had drugs in your system. You had cocaine in your system. You had marijuana in your system. Your children had drugs in their system. You guys were doing drugs in your house. How long were you doing that? Now, if you want to tell me no, that's fine, but I'm just not going to believe that.
I tried
I'm
cocaine.
just staying back. You don't need to come forward. I can't see you.
I tried it twice. That was it. And we also done pills too. We done that too.
The only 2 times you tried it, you got caught. Is that what you're saying? How come your children had drugs in their system?
Now I don't know about that part, but the children having it.
Well, that's why you were charged with contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile. You were on probation for that. Then you started taking all these nude photos. Were you doing drugs then?
No,
Alcohol?
yes.
How often were you drinking?
I might, it's like when I get paid, I do it like probably every other Friday.
Well, let me ask you a question. You said in your statement to the police at some point that you didn't see anything wrong with your children seeing you nude, you taking pictures and them seeing all of that. Do you still believe there's nothing wrong with that?
It is something wrong with it. I'm learning my lesson now.
Ms. McCray, are you married currently?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Who are you married to?
His name is Tony Darrell James.
That's the co-defendant in this case?
Yes.
All right, I failed to mention that we have Ms. Gwendolyn Daniels who's joined us, your mother-in-law, who would like to speak. We'd like to hear from her at this time. Ms. Daniels?
Support the release of Erica or the potential release of Gray. I have known her since she
I'm
was
sorry,
young.
some audio issues, you're breaking up. You just have to make- Okay, so now you're muted. Let's try to unmute again and see if we can get it better. Let's try again, Ms. Daniels. You're muted. Ms. Daniels, can you hear us? You still have the bad connection. You try again. No, ma'am, we cannot.
I am in support of the release of Erica. I've known her since she was a young girl, struggling with her life until the time when I met her and we brought her into our family. She has always been grateful to me. We went to church together. We raised together, tried to be a family together. She has never been disrespectful to me. I was aware of some of the things that were going on in the home at the time, but I can only confirm how she was into our family. She is one of the sweetest that I want to know in my life. She is a hard worker. She always tries to maintain the job. And I
Yes,
at least whenever that
we're really
available.
having a hard time hearing your remarks. We do get the gist that you are in support of your daughter-in-law or early release, and we appreciate your providing those remarks to us. Let me ask Erica, Ms. McCray, is there a statement you'd like to make to the board before we vote?
Yes, they said, and I'm sorry for the indecent behavior of juveniles. And I love my kids.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I think we are prepared to vote. Mr. Kelsey will be voting first.
Right, Erica, I think you still have some work to do. I think you need to take limited balance and thinking for a change. I think you need to take victim awareness. I don't think you were honest with me this morning during the interview. I don't think you need to kind of grip your hands around exactly what you and your husband did. This is a problem. This is not right. It's wrong. So for the reasons of law enforcement opposition, the fact that you need more programs and your lack of honesty with us today and awareness, my vote is to deny your parole.
Thank you, Mr. Mirabella.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Ms. McCray, I agree with Mr. Kelsey. I think you need inward and try to figure out why you were doing the things you were doing. And you can't be honest with us until you're honest with yourself. I don't think you're there yet. I don't like
Ms. McCray, my vote also is to deny. We have law enforcement opposition, prosecutor opposition, and I agree that you're just not fully aware of what you did and the impact that that may have had on your children. I think there's still a risk, so you need some more programs. Today, ma'am, your parole's been denied. Good luck to you.
Okay.
How can you watch this and not just feel utterly broken or sad or I don't know, what emotions am I feeling? Angry? Shocked? The most disturbing part of this whole thing is her mother-in-law getting on support. There's nothing to support here. It's bizarre. You know, it's you would think that she, like, this woman has Miss McCray, Erica McCray, like she is, you know, is it an extreme low IQ problem? Like, I'm trying to make, how does that happen? How does it happen where she has zero awareness of what she's done is wrong? Zero. There's nothing. Her husband was given a 25-year sentence. Thank goodness. That's like the strongest sentence we've ever seen. And you know why? Maybe why is because he did go to court. Probably could have gotten a plea deal for 10 years if he had done that. But she only gets a 7-year sentence, and he, of course, should have gotten more than 25. This person has no business being out in the free world, and she doesn't either, because she's going to go out and she's going to harm again. This is someone who has no idea of what difference is between right and wrong. She was given 2 years probation. What? Explain to me how a system fails these kids. She is caught cruelty to a juvenile, her own children, and instead of the children being taken out of the home and being put somewhere safe, she's given 2 years probation so she can go and harm again. Where and how did she get away with it? Do they not have, when you're caught with this, do they not send like people to the home to see what's going on? Is there food in the pantry? Is everything okay? They weren't hiding it. They weren't hiding it. You know how they got caught? Relatives went into their house and saw the pictures of them naked pinned on the walls. The parents went and told child services, which should have seen it themselves. And then they issued a search warrant for the home, and they found albums with pictures and fully nude that they had their children taking pictures of. And then they found pictures of their children nude. And then they drug tested them, and they all came up positive. They're children. She pleaded guilty to 1 count of molestation of a juvenile. That's what they gave her. Why give her a deal? What redeeming factor would it be to give her a deal? She didn't, listen to this, she didn't even serve as a witness for his trial. And probably because they realized that she would not help the prosecution. But why even give her a plea deal of 7 years? She's going to be back out there. You think they're going to be able to keep her away from her children? You think that she's not going to harm more people? What about her being what about the idea that her being a female and not a male means that you can get less time? It's the same destruction to the children. How can a prosecutor, a DA, sit there and feel good about their job by saying, you know what, we'll save some money from a court trial. Sign here for 7 years. You'll get parole after like serving 30-40% of your sentence. You know, before these parole hearings were public, you would read in the newspaper and you would see very little. In these news articles, it's tiny. They don't have a lot of information. You got to really search for it. And it shows woman and husband, you know, pictures of their children. She pleaded guilty to 1 count and she got 7 years. And okay, it sounds all right. But when you hear the details of what actually has happened, she's just as culpable as him. They both need to get long sentences. You can't just hide this stuff under the rug so you can just keep checking a box as a DA and say, whatever, I'm going to get, you know, I'll keep moving up. No, it's about protecting your community. You have to protect your children. Yet, if she was caught with possession and intent to distribute, she could have gotten a 25-year sentence. She could have. But here she gets 7. And this wasn't the first time. She was caught abusing her own children and she got a 2-year probation. And what's this going to do? You know, it's funny. The board is like, it's like they're indoctrinated into their own, you know, they drink their own Kool-Aid. You need more programs. There are no amount of programs that can help this person. She needs to be, you know, it's sad because you can only imagine the life that she grew up in, and she's probably passing from generation to generation. Now she passes it to her kids, and her parents probably experienced the same thing. And that is sad. She really doesn't know better. That's the bottom line. You can see it as clear as day. She does not understand that what she did is wrong. She doesn't get it. She said the only example that she can give of why it was wrong is that because she's in trouble. She grew up probably this way. And it's doing nothing to lock her up, and it's going to do nothing when you let her back out. The only difference is that she'll try not to get caught. That's my guess. Frankly, yeah, the only answer I have is you put someone away for a very long time because you need to protect your children. It's about keeping your community safe. And in this case, it's not even just about the punishment. It's about just you need to keep your children safe. And if you want to have her go into a million programs until like something clicks and there's some type of, you know, maybe it's just intensive therapy. I don't know what the answer is, but or if there is an answer. But the bottom line is that this what is happening now is not the answer. With that, I'll let you go.